So what's up? Hello guys. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on the time and the country you're watching us from. Hello, 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 hello. What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on your country, your city, and where you're watching us from. So let us know in the chats where you guys are connecting from. I want to know how to greet you. Should I say good morning or should I say good evening, good afternoon? I don't know. So if you guys want me to welcome you, let me know in the charts, let me know in the comment section where you are joining us from because I am excited and I don't know if you guys are ready for the game that we are going to be dropping here tonight because I'm having a special guest. You know how we work here. Hello, Usman Yaro. How you doing? How was your day? So today's a great day and great things are going to be happening. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Usman is saying that he is as fit as a fiddle. Wow, that's a nice expression. That is a nice expression. I love it. 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 I'm as fit as a fiddle. It means I'm doing good. I'm doing extremely good. So that's interesting. Usman Yaro, I'm happy to know that you are doing good. I'm happy to know that you are as fit as a fiddle. So tonight I'm having Kafid with us. You guys know how it works. First, we are going to be chatting with Kafid, who will tell us about his experience, how he learned English, and the strategies that he put in place, the methods that he used in order to boost his speaking skills. Yo, hello, Pulchéri non-vidé, Pulchéri from Paraco. Yo, hello, Pulchéri. What's up? How you doing? How was your day, Pulchéri? I'm doing good too. So if you guys are ready for tonight's game, which is going to be very interesting, very life transforming, let us know in the chats. I'll be adding Kafid to the scene, to the stage. So at first, for like 20 minutes or so, Kafid is going to be, telling us about his own experience, the strategies that he used to boost his speaking skills in English, and also right after that we'll be having a debate, a very interesting debate. Yeah, we're having Rich from Paris. Yo, hello, Rich. How you doing? How was your day? What's up? How was your day? I hope you had a very nice day at work or in school. I don't know. So tonight's program goes like this. At first, for like 20 to 25 minutes, I'll be having caffeine. In caffeine, will share with you guys. He will uncover with you guys his strategies that he had to put in place to boost, to improve his speaking skills in English. Okay, and the doors that he was able to open thanks to the English that he learned, the opportunities that he was actually able to seize to grab thanks to that English. And right after that, we'll be having a very interesting debate. Donc, on aura un débat hyper chaud aujourd'hui. Those who were connected last week, you know what it is, you know how it went. You know, it was a very interesting topic, right? Last week. And tonight again, yeah, we're having Mr. Kojovi Achu from Lome. Hello, Mr. Ewuga Kojovi, sorry. Mr. Achu, I'm so excited to have you to the point that I'm mispronouncing your name. Sorry for that mistake. Yeah, Rish is doing fine, and you hope I am doing well too. Yeah, Rish, I'm as fit as a fiddle. Let me just use the expression of Usman. I am as fit as a fiddle. So that's the plan for tonight. And also, I'll be sharing with you guys some nice expressions that you can use to improve your speaking skills in English. So without further ado, I'll be adding Kafid to the scene, to the stage, to the podium to get us started. So, Kafid, good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening. I don't even know where you are. I don't know the time in the country where you're watching us from. But yeah, hello. So
Yeah,
good to
that I mean, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's good evening because I'm based in Morocco right now,
okay.
and it's 7 p.m.
Okay, you're in Morocco. Are you in Rabat, in Engedi, in Marrakesh? Where exactly are you in Morocco?
So I'm in a city called Benguri. It's near to Marrakesh. It's
Oh,
what
okay.
40 minutes with the train, and it's I would say a learning city basically because it's where the Mohammed VI Polytechnic University is based, which
Okay.
is basically my home in Morocco because
All
I have
right.
been a student but also a collaborator of that institution. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. And I heard Marrakesh is a very nice place to visit.
Of course, Marrakesh is one of the African city. Let me put it in that way, where a lot of people come for tourism because there's a long history
Okay.
about Morocco, but also about the region and the continent that is rich, and also the way people are very welcoming. It's a nice place to visit. Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
And when are you inviting me to Morocco, Mr. Kafid?
I mean, whenever you wish,
I'm ready,
as
man. In
as
case
we
you wanna, do you wanna pay my
yeah.
flight ticket?
Uh, that's a good one. I mean, flight from Paris to Marrakesh is not that expensive. So as we used to
Yeah.
say here, we say marhaba. So you are very welcome
Ah,
anytime.
Maraba. So that means you're welcome.
Yeah, marhaba.
Okay, Mahava. All right, that's a new one. Thank you. We having also Bernardine from Strasbourg. That's France. You hello, Mr. Bernardine. Good to have you. You guys were with us last week, and it's so good to have you again here tonight. Ah, Miss Abigail Amaji, I like your English, Mr. Kafid. Oh, you have good phones here, Mr. Kafid.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Miss Abigail. I was saying Mr. Abigail. Sorry, Miss Abigail. Shout out to you. Special shout out to you. So good to have you around, Miss Abigail Amaji, the one and only Abigail Amaji. So, all right, Kafid. For those who don't know you, can you tell us, okay, who you are? Who is Mr. Abdul Kafid Toko Kutogi?
Thank you so much, and that's very interesting. I think we maybe need to give a little background about
Sure.
how we know each other because the small unite as human organization is basically most of the time country and for those who don't know, I'm from Benin. That's the first thing I put on the spot. But I'm professionally I'm a facilitator in collective intelligence, so I know basically that's quite new. People will be okay, what is this about? And
Exactly. That was the question I was going to ask. What is
yeah,
collective
so
intelligence?
when we are looking at the world today, your home country, the continent, but everything that is going on around, we say that the world is going crazy. Let us put it in that way, because there is so much complexity in issue that our countries, our cities, our neighbors had to solve, and most of those problem and issue are especially in the public sector something that we call wicked problem, because there is no decision maker or a person who could tell you exactly that he know how to solve those issues. For
Yeah.
instance, if we are talking about quality of education, because we are talking today about English and so on, no one could tell you, for instance, in Benin, how are we going to make quality and high quality education available for everyone, let us say by the next 3 to 5 years. Why? Because when you start working, let us say, to bring school in every village and neighbor, maybe when you reach the level of having schools everywhere, another issue will come up. Maybe is how you maintain kids at the school. How are they becoming better in math, physics, or rather than maybe French? I don't know, English or history and all of those things. So there is a complexity, and you need to combine several expertise, but also being able to gather different perspectives. and which is really important. That's why, but you can do that, right? Because uh, just by bringing people together. If that was the case, all country would be good across the world, and we know that some team perform better than other one. So that's why the field of collective intelligence, is emerging as a science, but also as a practice, to study and understand how we could improve collaboration. It could be in business, at the country level, but also as a whole world. So when you study in that field, you become what we call, a facilitator in collective intelligence, because basically company will call you, your country, public administration, and then you come in when there is problem, and is you that we're thinking about the whole process to bring people together with the only goal of solving complex problem. So
Okay.
that's what I am, professionally speaking. But overall, I'm really, really passionate about, entrepreneurship as well, because
All right.
uh, uh, value creation is what we need in Africa, and we can do that,
Wealth creation or
without
value creation?
value creation. I wouldn't put it in wealth. I know. Maybe you have some question about that, but I will talk about
Definitely, I
value
do.
creation.
I have many questions, Mr. Kafid. When it comes to
So,
money, I always have questions.
so that's basically what I'm doing professionally, and um, aside that, I love social science research, basically. So social science research, I love it, and I think that's why working within a university is something that is bringing me a lot of great feeling, and I would say achievement as well, because
Okay.
being surrounded by great mind, working on several stuff, is really, 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 really important, and good, as a job. So let me put it in that way. Maybe with our conversation and question from people, we could dig
Yeah.
further, and bring more insight about who I am. I think I'm keep discovering who I am. So yeah.
That's interesting. That was fantastic. You guys are phenomenal. And I think guys are already here tonight. So to cut the long story short, what I can
Mm.
say is that you are actually a problem solver, right?
Yes.
Okay. 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 So we have many questions. We have Pucheri from Parakou, Ousmane from Parakou, Rich from Paris. We have Kojovi from Lomé from Togo. We
Yeah.
have Bernardine from Strasbourg. We have Miss Abigail Amadi. We have Joël Maounion as well from Parakou.
Right.
So they have many questions. Okay, they want to know more about the secret that you use to be able
Mhm.
to speak English that fluently. You just heard the comment of Miss Abigail Amaji. She said, "I like your English, Mr. Kafid." She said, "I like it." Like she loves the way you speak. So we want to know, the secret that you use. Okay, the strategies that you use. But I think I'll put it in many different questions. Let us first
Okay.
start with when. When did you start learning English? When did you realize that English was important for you? When did it start? If you can fall back in the
Um.
past.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we need to jump back in the history, but I think one thing most of the people in this call have is, maybe we went through the French education system, and I have to share with you guys that we are lucky, in a way that in the first year of the high school, we have this opportunity to spend about 2 hours of English courses. I think that's the case even for you, right? And we, I think I need to emphasize on that. We don't know how lucky we are, for public education giving us that opportunity to start learning, a foreign language, by at least spending 2 hours, a week. So I think one of the classes I was keen interested about, in the first year, the second, and the third year, in high school was English, because
Okay.
I had a great English teacher at that moment, who wasn't only interested about teaching us, the theory, but he was more into the practice of things.
Okay.
So
All right.
I think that's the way I start, developing, how can I say, a passion for the language, and
And
it's
that was
come.
in high school.
That was in high school.
Okay.
And then I remember that when coming to the third, between the third and the sixth, basically what we call at quatrième, troisième. I had a teacher who wasn't using the same pedagogy as the first one, and this brought a wave of discomfort. That's the way
All right.
I think about it, and demotivation. So
Yeah.
basically, I lose track about the effort I was putting on in that language. But when I now come into the senior high school degree, so I put it in French on part the college d'enseignement supérieur. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
second premier terminal, which is like
Yeah.
the senior high school level. I get my interest back. So I start, putting emphasizing more effort, but it was mainly on the way we learn it. It's more on the theoretical and the hard part of the English learning, journey. So that was let me put it like in the formal education setting, and then I come to the university. I was in the first year in business and management related to computation. So we mainly talk about informatique de gestion, if I remember correctly. So which
Okay.
was a field where, as a computer scientist, you can do computer science without English. So English was something that you need it if you want to go through some readings, master some programming languages and so on. So that situation come with a need, to learn the language. But I think one of the key moments that open up my mind and make it like, guy, you need to get this done. um
Okay.
it was a moment I helped one of my friends. He was applying for scholarship for I think for China at that
Okay. For
moment.
China. Okay.
I used to be the one helping him, when he want to fill out some form and so on, and we're having a conversation, trying, to improve in our English and so on. But he got lucky at that moment going abroad before me.
Okay.
And the story was, when he was leaving, Benin, he was thinking that, okay, yes, I'm going to China, right? I will learn the Chinese, language. He was expecting that people will be teaching him, Chinese language in French. So basically, his mother tongue is French, and then they teach
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
Chinese uh, uh, in French. But when he arrived at Guangzhou at that moment, he find out that they'll be teaching him, the local language in English.
In English. Oh my goodness.
So you see how it's coming with the big complexity. So,
Yeah.
but for someone who really went far from home, there's no coming back
There's no
in
turning back.
childhood.
Yeah.
So it's like you see what the life is bringing up, and you have to deal with it. So
You have to face
uh,
it.
exactly. So the strategy he developed at that moment was, spending time with friends that speak better English. They teach him English, and at that moment, he also is learning the local language. And this come with two level of complexity, like two effort, rather than
Definitely.
just spending time learning just
Yeah.
one language. Just to learn too quickly. So that friend was honest and generous enough to tell me one day throughout a WhatsApp conversation. He said, "Bro, you have been putting a lot, energy learning English. I think you should keep doing that until you get an opportunity to go abroad and so on." So I listened to that friend, and that was back to 2014.
Okay.
So basically 11 years ago.
11 years ago. Yeah. More than a decade.
Yes. So I put more effort in all the tips and strategy that I was using at that moment, basically to to master the language, because I just listened to a friend who told me that that language is important. Keep doing what you are doing, and then I
Yeah.
listened to him. That was a piece of advice.
Mm.
That's nothing. I didn't have to pay for it. is an advice that he gave, and I, listen, follow it carefully, because wisdom is scattered everywhere across the world. But when you are smart enough, you may get wisdom across conversation, people you are meeting, I mean, everything that you are watching and so on. So
Yeah.
that's the story about me realizing that it's important to learn
Okay.
English. Now, maybe I should dive into what are the strategy that I develop and so on. Or do
Yeah.
you have any question?
Yeah, I just want to sum it up for my people, for those who
Mhm.
are listening, for the viewers. So,
Yeah.
guys, what Kafid is trying to say is that he was actually learning English, okay? And he was the one helping someone else to fill out his application form to travel out and go to China. Donc, du coup, il avait un ami qui devait aller en Chine. L'ami en question ne comprenait pas anglais. Donc, du coup, c'est Kafid qui comprenait déjà un tout petit peu anglais qui l'a aidé à remplir le formulaire. Okay, and that's why he used the expression to fill out, the application form. So he helped him travel out of, he was in Benin, right? Or in some other
Yeah.
country. He
Yeah, it
was in
was
Benin.
me.
Okay, so you helped him travel out of Benin, and he was now in China. And he was expecting to improve his Chinese in China, being taught in French. But the thing is, when he got there, actually, the Chinese wasn't taught in French. It was
Mhm.
taught to him, okay, in English. And because of that, he had to go and start now learning English in order to be able to understand the Chinese that was taught to him. So, can you guys see how important English really is? So, all right, on va laisser Kafid continuer. Mais avant ça, il y a deux expressions qu'il a utilisées, two very nice expressions that he used, and I want to share those expressions with you guys because that's also the importance of this live session. The goal for you is to maximize, the goal for you is to learn new words, new expressions, and put them into practice during our debate. So, one of those expressions was to lose track. So, Kavit said that he was actually, he had a certain level, but because one of his teachers wasn't really up the bar, okay, he started losing track of his level. Il a commencé par perdre la main, il a commencé par perdre le niveau. So to lose track. That's a very nice expression that I want you guys to keep in mind and to start using, to lose track of something. Okay, to lose track of something. Yo, hello, Mael. Mael from Paris. So good to have you around, Miss Mael. Mael Ayero Cardots. So nice to have you. Thank you, Mael, for stopping by. And thank you for coming. So to lose track, that's a very nice expression that I want you guys to keep in mind and to start using from now on. To lose track of something, you use it when you were actually able to do something in the past, but because of a certain reason, now you are no longer comfortable or conversant with doing the thing anymore. So you start losing track. OK? Ou bien peut-être lorsque vous parlez aussi, et puis quelqu'un vous a interrompu, someone just jumped into your conversation and stopped you and interrupted you, so you can actually lose your train of thoughts. And in that context as well, you can say, I lost track. Okay, so that was a very nice expression. And the second one is to fill out a form, for your application. Lorsqu'on dit soumettre une candidature en anglais, on ne dit pas to candidates, on dit to apply. Okay, to apply. To apply. So I'm just putting it in the comment section right now, you guys. To apply, et puis remplir le formulaire, c'est to fill out the application form. So yeah, Mr. Kafid, you can go on, please. Et n'oubliez pas,
Yeah.
on a notre débat tout à l'heure dans 10 ou 15 minutes. Tous ceux qui sont chauds,
Okay.
vous allez passer en live pour participer, to join the debate. Et c'est un débat super intéressant sur une thématique très passionnante. So stay tuned.
Yeah, perfect. So back, as we said, 11 years ago, I think one of the things I used was entertainment a bit. It's funny, maybe for so many. Um, but we have some TV show that was on the sports, very well known, such as Arrow and the DC Marvel movies and so on. So I was watching one of them. I think it's Arrow, basically, with Oliver Queen and all of those things. That was a
Okay.
really interesting movie that I love. Then I followed the first season was in French, and then When the second one just comes out at that moment, downloading videos with torrent and all of those things,
Yeah.
they were mostly available in English.
In
So
English, yeah.
I took the interest first of all as a way, to learn. So basically, I want to learn English. So why shouldn't you use, the movie that are being out there in English to master the language? So I think the first thing I started doing was downloading the movies in English voice, but with the subtitle in French. So
Okay.
basically, when I'm hearing, the English, I could definitely see by the subtitle what they are talking about, in those expressions. Why this is important? Because in a video of 45 minutes, you can't imagine the amount of data. I mean, the amount of information that is coming in. Is almost maybe in one episode of 45 minutes, maybe is about 30 to 35 minutes of people, talking. So they'll be using a lot of expression, words, and so on. And because I am taking, the entertainment as a way to learn, this pushed me basically to put all my focus, in 45 minutes, be like, I want to catch all the detail in this movie. So it's not only about, the up and down, about your feeling by, watching a movie, but it's more of, what am I going to learn from this one? And by doing so, I think it was a double diamond. Why? Because I got the first opportunity to improve my English skill, but in the other hand, I think it helped me improve my skill of communication. So basically, you get, to put all of these texts and so on in your mind. So it helps you whenever you want to, give a speech. It's help you whenever you want to think and, frame sentences and all of those things. So that was the double, I would say, return on investment. So I started doing that, and after, I talk about the movie being what in English with the subtitle in French. And then when I started, by doing so for a year, I was able to move into a second level where I actually download, movies that are in English but with the subtitle in English. So that second level give you the chance, keep, practicing the ability to speak, but also
Yeah.
being able to identify, what are the best way, to phrase and write as well. And then we move to the third level, which is basically where I get the chance to download movie that are purely in English without subtitles. So it's giving me the time and the experience, to master more of the language skill. When I get to that moment, that was when I started, applying for many master degrees abroad,
Okay.
and I could, definitely put in my CV that, my English is at, I kind of, I would say BC level and all of those things. But I got that confident that yes, it's possible for me, to speak, understand and interact in English. And before diving into the other part, I think one advice I have to give people is that when you start learning English, please don't be looking at the way that you want to be a fancy English speaker at the very beginning. Or like people want to master the American accent, be like, that's a lot of effort that you don't need at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Try your best, speak it, understand, start speaking even to sound like, if, for instance, when Indian are speaking English, we know that that's a kind of Indian English. When
Yeah.
someone from France who is a purely francophone is speaking English, you sound, the accent and so on. I think people don't need to invest energy in the accent at the very beginning. It's more of mastering, and then when you master now, you could work on how spell
Definitely.
and so on. So
Definitely.
that's basically the way I improve. And then when I was applying for many master degrees, it wasn't a big deal for me to cope with the English. And a key point is the the school I applied for, which is the School of Collective Intelligence at that moment, was one of the first degree in the field in the world. And in such kind of environment, you have international, faculty. Um, so you won't be expecting faculty to speak French. Not all of them actually. So the program is fully taught in English. And
Okay.
every business school that you will figure out, I think you could also testify that additional, even in France, some business school teach fully in English.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
this is to say that English is not a matter of country; it's a tool. It's a tool that you use, in study. It's a tool that you use in business. Because, for instance, if you want to do business, let us say in China or let us say in other non-francophone and even non-British country, English is maybe the language that will make it easy for you to
Yeah.
actually be able to communicate and interact with people. And one key things that also bring a self-confidence in my ability was in 2018. I went
Okay.
to a conference in Ghana. That was a kind of international conference, and I have to give a talk basically on what is open science hardware and how we were trying a lot of things in Parakou actually to promote open science at a city level. So my presentation was, I prepared it in English and so on. I have to give it with, at that moment, I was just an undergraduate student with professors coming from US, France, Canada, and all those things. That was like a kind of crossing the Rubicon because I was like, oh, how am I going to give this, a talk in English uh, to an audience that is fully English speaker? But
Yeah.
you have to because it was something I was passionate about and it was really
Okay.
important. So I gave that talk and I could remember that it was only at some moment that one word I couldn't, get it in English and I used French. And it was fine. At the end, people just, it was sort of, applaud. And at the end, there was a professor that come to me and he was like, good job. He was very encouraging, like, okay. And I was like, oh, it wasn't, easy. So that guy also is from France, but he speaks English very well. And he said, what you said? C'est comme ça le début. He was like, take it easy. That's the way. It's a process.
Yeah,
So
it's a
this is to
process.
say
Yeah.
that I see a lot of people when they want to learn English, they'll be looking for training that teach them English in 3 or 6 months. I don't think that's feasible. Honestly speaking, from my own experience, it's not possible for someone just to master English in 6 months. But what you could do with a good coach like Adeshina is to learn actually how you will start the process, to become bilingual. So it's more of a process. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not of don't go to a training or don't go to a program. No, it's more of a process. You need to go through a process, and even if you got a good coach that is teaching you how it is teaching English, there is a kind of personal effort that you need to put in throughout the year to improve your level and be like, this is a journey. How am I going to master that? And then when you know it, you know it. So that's basically how I put some journey and tips. Unless you have some question or if I'm missing something, please help me get it on track.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's just excellent. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I think you said it all. So guys, you heard Mr. Kafid uncovering the strategies that he used, the best practices that he put in place. So he said many things, and I'll just try to summarize them for you guys in order to make sure that you guys are actually making the most out of this session. So one of the things that Mr. Kafid said is that English is a process. Learning English is a process. It's not something that you can do overnight. Okay, it's not something that you can do overnight. You cannot do it overnight. To do something overnight, qui sait ce que ça veut dire? Who can tell us in the chat, in the comment section, what does the expression to do something overnight means? To do something overnight. Who can give us the meaning of that expression in the comments, in the chats? To do something overnight. Learning English is not something that you can do overnight, okay? It means that you cannot get the result, okay? Like within just a few seconds or within a few minutes or not even within a few days, okay? It's a long process and you have to go through the process, enjoy the process, and make sure that you climb those stairs the way you have to climb them, right?
Yes.
So that's very important. And what I also learned from his experience is that he started small. He first started with watching movies in English, but with subtitles
Yep.
in French. That was the first step. Okay, that was the first step. So start small, start at your own level where you are today. Okay, there's no pressure. You don't have to do like someone else. No, you have, your story is different. Your story is unique, right? So your experience also is gonna be unique. So you don't have to be comparing yourself to other people. No, start small. So he started with watching movies in English, but reading subtitles. Okay, no, watching movies in French, right? And reading subtitles in English, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you start with the voice, in English, and then the subtitle in French,
Okay,
and
so he
switch.
the first step was that he was watching the movie, okay, in English, and then having subtitles in French in order to make sure that he actually understood what the actors were saying. And
Mhm.
a few months after that, now he stepped up his game and now started watching the movie in English and having the subtitles also in English. And then after that, okay, he stepped up his game again and stopped watching movies with subtitles. He was now watching movies without subtitles. So learning English is a process. It is not something that you can achieve overnight. And that is the reason why consistency is key. Consistency is important. Okay. I have many students because I'm a coach, right? So this is something that I do on a daily basis. I have many students like they want to put in more effort today. Like they want to work for like 5 hours, 6 hours, or 8 hours today, and then wait for another month or so to start over again. No, someone that works actually like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but that does it on a daily basis is gonna get better result than someone else that actually work for like 2 hours today and then wait for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks before working again. So boosting your speaking skills in English is actually a matter of consistency. Okay, it's a matter of consistency, and you have to make sure that you practice on a regular basis. And also, one very interesting thing that Kafid said was he tried to tie, the process of learning English to his passion. He said he was learning English with entertainment at first because he loves entertainment. Entertainment, ça veut pas dire entraînement, ça veut dire divertissement. Donc, du coup, il a essayé de rattacher l'apprentissage de l'anglais à sa passion. And this is, guys, this is a very brilliant idea. Okay, it's something that we actually teach our students. The other day, I think it was last month or so, I had a student who was actually passionate about cooking. She loves cooking. She can cook her whole life. Like she can cook day in and day out. Elle aime la cuisine. And I was like, okay, you love cooking, right? Do you watch videos, YouTube videos on cooking? On food, she was like, I do it on a daily basis. Every single day I do it. And I was like, okay, now you're going to start watching videos of food from people in Cameroon, from people in Ivory Coast, from people in France, and now you start looking for Americans and British people who do the same types of video but in English. That's what you're going to start watching. She started doing it, and now she could spend hours watching those kind of movies or those kind of videos, sorry. And the effect is on two sides. First, she was enjoying her passion, and second, she was actually boosting her English speaking skills. So the same thing applies for you. If you are passionate about football or soccer game, and you have maybe your favorite player is Cristiano Ronaldo, or I don't know, Gareth Bale, or I don't know, Benzema, most of those guys they can speak English.
Why not Messi? Because you bring an issues.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, Kafid. We are talking about, I'm giving examples of great players, okay? Not
I think you're bringing a long debate in the in the call here.
so if for instance you love football, okay, and your best player is, I don't know, your favorite player is Cristiano Ronaldo. He has many interviews in English because most of them they speak English, right? La plupart de ces grands joueurs, ils parlent anglais, ils font des interviews en anglais. So go and look for the interviews in English. You will find most of them. If you are passionate about music, okay, and maybe your favorite singer is Mercy Chinwo from Nigeria or Dunsi Oyekan, go and look for the interviews, right? And you can even look for the lyrics of their songs and you work on it, right? So try as much as you can to attach passion to what you do. Okay, if you love, I don't know, what example can I take again? No matter what you like, okay, just try to find ways to attach it to the English that you are learning, and I guarantee you are going to boost your speaking skills. Alors, le temps est en train de passer, on va passer au débat bientôt, but I think Mr. Bernardine have a question.
Yeah, it's a really 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 important
Okay,
and good
so
question.
just
So
before I
yeah,
read the
then
question,
yeah.
just give
So
me a
then
second. Mathieu, he said to do something overnight means faire quelque chose du jour au lendemain. Yeah, that's it. C'est ça l'expression, to do something overnight, c'est espérer avoir un résultat du jour au lendemain. Ça marche pas comme ça, c'est pas de la magie. Mr. Ade, you are actually making us fall in love with the language. Wow, thank you, Ayman. That's my brother. Thank you, bro. Thank you for your undying support, bro. Big shout out to you. So, Mr. Bernardine has a question. I have one
yeah.
question for Mr. Kafid. How to stop translating in our head in French before seeing it in English? That's a very brilliant question, Bernardine.
Yeah.
Let me put it on the screen. He wants to know how can he actually stop thinking in French or stop translating from French into English. So, do you have a specific advice? What was your method?
I have so many advice, I would say.
Okay, let's go. Let us know.
And it's a good question, Bernardin.
It
Why?
is.
Because mother tongue is sometime in our DNA. And when I pick people coming from French-speaking country, for instance, like maybe you are from Benin, as I see the Kojo, or maybe from Togo and so on, we start learning French from what, maybe 2 years old in the kindergarten. So basically, French become like a kind of mother tongue. So you think actually in that language. But when you start learning a second language, you need to be comfortable, first of all, with the idea that it's your second language, which means that don't be fighting to stop translating in your head. And how? The first thing you need to do, please remove or get down the francophone mindset. What I mean by the francophone mindset is the fear of making mistake. Don't fear making mistake while you are speaking English because it's your second language. You may be, I mean, doing some grammatical error while speaking. That's not a problem. As we said earlier, just take it easy. It's your second language. Be comfortable that is your second language. Then you speak, you make some mistake, and through the mistake, you improve, your level and so on. That's the first thing. The second thing is that because I study a bit of cog science and cognitive science. So yes, when you are speaking, in your second language, there is your brain is making like kind of double effort. So it's like picking the first, idea in French, let us say, and translate it in English before you could express it. So one thing I used to do, and even some years ago, is that when I'm speaking English, I speak slowly. Don't be looking for the way to speak very faster as if you were, speaking in French, because French is your mother tongue, then you could speak very faster. So you slow down, the speed of your style of speaking and working. If I could find, some videos where I'm, speaking French, and at some time when I was, speaking English, you will see that it's not the same speed. You reduce the speed, and this give you, you are giving some, some second to your brain, to process all of those things, and bring the words slowly, and then you could speak. And one advantage we have is that in English you could speak slowly, you make it a bit fancy, and then people will be happy, because it comes with a kind of charisma as well. People may be thinking that you want to express yourself very well, that's why you are going word by word, and so on. So that's basically the way we put it. First, be okay with mistake. You make mistake, you improve, you learn all over again and again. You slow down your speed when you are speaking in English. And the third thing is maybe keep reading, because reading is really important. It could be news, it could be scientific articles, but reading is what gives you the time to get more words, and also see the pattern of the language you want to master. So I hope that.
Yeah, Bernardine, does that help? I think it is really helpful because reading is important. Okay, and I told you guys also try as much as you can to read aloud. Okay, read aloud. It actually helps you because the thing with English is that what you take in is what you always take out. Okay, what you take in is what you always and always take out. If you don't take in, words, expressions, vocabularies, you'll never be able to take them out when the time comes for you to speak. So what you take in is what you take out, right? That's how it works. There's no magic wand. So read a lot, read a lot, read a lot, and read on a daily basis. Okay. Every single morning, you can make it a routine. You can actually make it a routine. Like I will read 1 or 2 pages every single day. Start
Mhm.
small. Start small. Do not overcomplicate it. Do not overcomplicate it. Okay. You don't start by saying I'll be reading novels like for 30 pages or 40 pages or 50 pages on a daily basis. That's not doable. That's not feasible. You can do it. You can do it. You cannot do it, right? So just start small, okay? Like, okay, this week I'll make sure that I read at least a page in English every single day. I read it maybe in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening before I go to bed. Okay, and by while reading it, make sure you actually record yourself if you can. Okay, I'm sure you have a phone. Okay, just put on the recording system of your phone and make sure you record your voice, and that will help you know how good or how well you are improving or not. So reading actually will help you a lot. And also try as much as you can to shadow. This is one of the best assignment or one of the best exercises or homework that you can do. What is shadowing? The shadowing, c'est quoi? C'est un exercice qui aide beaucoup lorsqu'on veut booster son niveau en anglais. Shadowing actually consists of listening to someone speaking and repeating immediately after the person. As simple as that. Like you put on, for instance, a speech of, I don't know, Donald Trump, or a speech of, Tony Blair, or a speech of, Paul Kagame, or a speech of Nana Akufo-Addo in English.
Yeah.
The guy is speaking, and you try to speak, okay, to speak, sorry, you try to speak just after the person. Whatever the person is saying, just try to repeat it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be excellent. Just make sure you repeat with the flow, with the rhythm, with the pronunciation and all of that. And make
Mhm.
sure you do the shadowing with native English speakers. Les vrais natifs, en fait. C'est pourquoi j'ai cité les gens qui sont des pays anglophones. So you put on a video of someone speaking English, or maybe the person is delivering the speech, and make sure that you speak after the person. Donc, vous faites juste le perroquet après la personne en anglais, en fait. Tout ce que la personne dit, tout ce que la personne dit, en fait, vous répétez ça. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm saying it again because when you start, you can even be making fun of yourself. Tu peux être en train de te moquer de toi parce que tu ne prononces pas bien comme la personne. But we don't care. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, fake it until you make it. That's what we say, that's what Americans actually say, not we, but Americans. Fake it until you make it. If you don't
Yeah.
fake it, you cannot make it. Okay, so read a lot, speak a lot, do shadowing as much as you can. Le shadowing, c'est un exercice hyper passionnant d'ailleurs, en fait. Je vais faire une vidéo là-dessus la semaine prochaine sur la chaîne YouTube. Donc, je vais vous montrer quelques techniques, quelques astuces pour faire du shadowing de manière hyper efficace. So, yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Kafid,
Yeah.
we are drawing close to the end of the session, but we are going to have our debates. That's for sure. On aura nos débats pendant 10 à 15 minutes. Et les abonnés qui sont connectés pourront nous rejoindre en live pour participer au débat. Je vais partager le lien pour rejoindre le live dans les commentaires tout à l'heure. Donc, si vous voulez participer au débat, n'hésitez pas à vous cliquer sur le lien. Rassurez-vous juste d'être en mesure d'allumer votre micro et votre caméra idéalement. Et puis, je vous rajoute sur le live. Je vais donner le thème tout à l'heure. Soyez prêts. L'anglais, ça se pratique en fait, OK? Ça se pratique. If you come here, if you join the live session every week and you don't practice, you are doing yourself no good, okay? You have to practice. And don't be afraid. Mr. Kafid has said it. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. The biggest mistake you can make when you are learning English is to be afraid of making mistakes. The biggest mistake you can ever make is to be afraid of making mistakes. So do not be afraid of making mistakes, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. We don't want perfect people. On ne veut pas les gens parfaits. No, okay? We don't want perfect people. So I've sent you guys the link. Make sure you click on the link. I'll add you to the live, and we are going to be having the debates very, very soon. But before that, Kafid, can you share with us what was your best strategy? Because you did many things actually, okay, to improve your speaking skill, like movies, entertainment, reading, and all of that. But out of all those techniques that you put in place, if today we are asking you to give us the top two, what are those? What are the top two strategies, okay, that you use and that you think have really helped you boost your speaking skills in English?
First of all, it's a practice. I wasn't ashamed of practicing and making mistake and improving myself. So, and by doing so is even if someone go back to my LinkedIn page some years ago, you will see some posts in English. When I look at them today, I will be laughing because I was like, what I was writing and so but it was on there. Someone could understand that. So I think that's the first thing, and the second one is taking it as a process. So you have to take it easy, create a routine. That's what I'm putting in the process. Taking it as a routine, and then in the routine of reading, listening, and interacting with people. So that's the top two. Practice and the
Process.
routine.
Yeah. Make it a process and see it as a process. That's very interesting. So practice on a daily basis, practice day in and day out. And we never stop learning English. Never. 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 You can never stop learning English. That's why when people tell you, come and give me 50 euros so I can help you speak English in 2 months or 3 months, that's just a marketing, that's just a marketing strategy. Okay, it doesn't work like that. Actually, it's just a marketing stuff. Okay, it's just a marketing stuff. So, English is a language, and you keep learning English every day till your last breath. So, alors sans plus tarder, on va commencer le débat. On va le faire pendant 10 minutes. Yeah.
Sure. I may add something, opportunity that people could get, by mastering English is I talk about, getting admission, for good master and PhD program. Secondly, it's about getting a job because you can be looking a job in only one country, which is maybe if you are from Cote d'Ivoire, you are looking for a job only in Cote d'Ivoire. No, opportunity may be everywhere in the world. Freelancer, no, that as well. people that are working remotely, and English is really, really important when you want to expose yourself. I'll put it that way: expose yourself to a variety of opportunity across the world. Yeah. So, yeah, just wanted to add that because before we dive into that into the is it a debate or is it dialogue?
It's a debate. It's a debate, but we're just gonna be speaking, right?
Mhm.
So let me give you the topic of the debate, and then I'll come back and buttress on what Mr. Kafid had just said. So I'll explain you guys. I'll explain to you guys. Sorry. The topic of the debates. You know, we all want to succeed in this life. We
Mhm.
all want to succeed. The only thing for which we wake up every single morning and go to work is success. Okay, we want to
Mhm.
make it, right? Drive
Yeah.
nice cars, build houses, and get the respect of our family members, get the respect of our friends and all of that, our colleagues. So you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So we all want to succeed. And as a young guy or as a youth, when you're actually coming up, there are many things that people tell you. There are some people that will tell you that go the hard work route, or some
Yeah.
some other people will say no. You don't have to work hard. Now life is easy with AI, with artificial intelligence, with Google, with Chat GPT, and all those tools. Now you can work smart and make it in life. So, what do you guys think? What is your take on that? Do you think if you want to succeed in life, you have to work hard, sweat, and suffer before making it? Or do you think that you can actually work smart and not work hard in order to succeed? So that was a debate. And I think you guys should come up on stage and give us your opinion about that topic, because it's something that speak to you. It's something that is relatable. Okay, it's our topic. We all want to succeed, right? We are youths. You know what I'm saying? We are all youths. So let us know, what do you think is more important for you, hard work or smart work, if you want to make it in life, you want to succeed in life? So join us. Just click on the link. Let me send it again for the last time for those who are still hesitating. Just click on the link. Do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. You heard Mr. Kafidi said the secret to speaking English is to practice. Okay, it is to practice day in and day out. So we are giving you the platform right now. We are giving you the opportunity to come and practice. And it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect. Ça n'a pas besoin d'être parfait. Vous pouvez pratiquer maintenant en cliquant sur le lien. On vous rajoute sur le live. Et puis, vous allez nous donner votre opinion sur le sujet. Yeah. And Kafid, you were saying something interesting before people join us for the debate. You
Mhm.
said you were asking them to consider learning English as a process,
Yeah.
and that if they want to get work opportunities, job opportunities around the world, around the globe, they should actually speak English. And it reminds me of a quote that I heard someone saying. He said, if you want to speak to France, just just speak French. But if you want to
Mhm.
speak to the whole world, then go and learn English. So if you want to work with French speaking countries, French is good, French is okay for you, right? But if you want to work, internationally, if you want to work with the whole world, then you have to add to your French English. English is,
Mhm.
you cannot do without it. You can do without
Yeah.
English. So
I mean
that's
that's a strong quote. And I'll add also, if you want to be strategic, then become bilingual. Because French as well is somehow important because of the African market that is growing with a huge population. So it's also good to master both, and that's why we are lucky. I'll put it, we are lucky because
yeah,
we want to make it, being able to speak two language. So yeah, it's really, 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 really important.
interesting. All right. So il y en a qui sont en train d'essayer de se connecter. Before they join us, yeah, Mr. Kafid, can you give us your take on the topic? What's your take on the topic? Hard work or smart work?
I'm not going for one or near the other one
No, you have to choose.
because
You have to make a choice. You have to make a choice.
I would say, there's this meme where people talking about collabo. So I think it's more about it's more about using both, together, because it's quite important to it's quite important, to be strategic in a way that you combine both. Why am I talking about combining both? I'll try to elaborate more on that. Is, when you are coming from a difficult social and economical, background, as most of the people maybe in this call, it's not, everything is not given,
Yeah.
and everything is not granted. So if you want to really make it at some point, you need to work hard. It means that, someone that is born, let us say, in USA, in France, in the UK, or in any developed country, he may have access to something for free that someone, that who's born, in a less developed country. I don't want to use, negative connotation. So he may need, to put double effort to get the same thing. So life is not already fair on us. So that's why working hard is important.
Yeah.
But working only hard is not going to, give you the wealth, or the pricing that you may be looking for. So at some point you need to put the smartness on it. So that's where you make, some strategic decision about
No,
what
Mr.
am I
Kafid, we
putting.
want you to choose one. Just one. Just pick one.
Yeah, what are you putting your efforts on, So that's why I'm like, okay, work strategically, which is about combining both. I want to be in the middle.
You want to be in the middle. You don't want to choose. Is it
And
that
I want
hard?
to choose. Yeah, but I want to. It's not. It's complex, right?
Yeah, it is a
And
bit.
I
Yeah.
want to
That's
stick
why it's a
to my.
debate.
Yeah, exactly. And I want people to have also the takeaway of the notion of complexity, by living this call, because life is not always about something that's white or black. It's a gray. It's
Definitely.
sometimes
Yeah.
combining both. So that's why I
Sometimes it's
definitely think
yellow.
that yes, people need to people need to combine both in life. So basically, working hard, but yeah, smartness is really really important, because everything is not about physical strength. It's also about we using our brain, because we are even talking about learning English, which is basically about using our brain, and so
Yeah.
on. So yeah, the smartness is really important, but we also need to make it hard.
Yeah. You have to make it hard because the thing is I just quote one of the artists without giving his name. He was like, if hard work was what can make people rich,
Mhm.
then all our African mothers or African mommies, they'll be rich because they
Yes,
work hard.
yes, yes.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Iman.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, good
Hello,
evening.
Mr.
How
Hello,
you
Kafid.
doing?
I'm good.
hello, Mr. Joe. How you doing?
Yes, I'm good. What about you?
Yeah,
Doing
doing
good
good as
too.
well.
How was your day?
Okay. Uh, quite good. Sorry, I'm not good. I'm not as good as you. So go.
I told you it doesn't have to be
I'm not
perfect.
as good as you in English. So, eh?
It doesn't have to be perfect. We just want you
You are
guys to
not hearing
practice.
me.
Yeah, we are here. Hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
Are you hearing me? Are you getting me?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we can hear.
Okay. Okay.
Your English, your
So first
English
of
is
all,
good.
I would like to thank you for the opportunity you are giving us
Mhm.
to practice our English. It's been a while. I was looking for that kind of opportunities, and thank uh, I don't know, thankfully, or if you can correct. I want you to correct me when when it's not good. So I was a little bit shy, but I just decided to give it a try, and so that you can give me some. I will be wrong.
All right.
I mean,
No
man,
problem.
your
Okay.
English is good. Your English is good.
Definitely.
Why am I saying this? If you observe, take it, if you become comfortable with the idea that, this is my second language, you are using some strong and very good expression in English already. So be comfortable that is your second, language, and then you slow down a bit, the speed. You will definitely see that you keep improving what you were about to say. We fully understood what you were about to share with us, and that's what is really important, and that's what matter about speaking English. So that's the way I put it. Now I leave it to additional, maybe to bring up some tips, or if you want to correct some stuff. But to me, it's all fine.
No, his English is good. He
Yeah.
even used a very good expression. He said he wanted to give it a try. Ça, c'est une bonne
Yeah.
expression d'un débutant.
For
That
sure.
was a very
For
good
sure.
expression. He said he want to give it a try. That's very
No,
good.
me, I know my problem. My problem is that I lack confidence. That's my only problem.
Mhm.
I just want a platform, or I don't know, situation like this to always practice my English, because
Yeah.
I I have some I don't know, foundation, or how do you call it in English? I have some
You have the basis.
Some
the
basics.
basis. Thank you. Yeah, some basis. So it's only the platform to express myself to, and I think what Mr. Ade is proposing is it with suits it will be suitable for me. I don't know if the word is correct, but
It's perfect.
It is.
okay. So
So
I would
so
like
what? Yeah.
to talk about
You want?
the debate. I don't know if you
Okay. You want
are
to
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead with the debates.
go ahead? You want to comment?
okay. Yes, for me, uh, in today's world, we have to combine both of both, like Mr. Kafid has said, we hard work only is not the way, and smart work without consistency will not get us anywhere. So for me, we have to put both together, Mr. Kafida said, we have to make a collaboration of those two strategies to in order to succeed in life. So
Mhm.
that's my take on the subject. It's short, but that's the idea, guys.
Bro,
It's
your
concise.
English is perfect.
Really
I
good.
love your English. Come on. That's interesting.
Oh,
We
I would like to have yours. I would like you to.
You want to get to that level. You are already in the process. So
Yes, I
yeah,
would like to
yeah.
get to the Mr. Days level, because I
I'm
really
sure that
like
you
the
make it.
ways.
so thank you, Ivan,
Okay,
thank you,
thank you.
brother. We also have Blaise in the
Yeah,
room, and you have Abigail in the room.
you're welcome.
Uh, our time is fast spent, so we'll give them a few minutes. So, Mr. Blaise or Miss Abigail, who's starting? Um, what's your take on the topic? And Mr. Kojovi is asking us to take the topic again. So, Mr. Kojovi, the topic goes like this: if you want to succeed in life, do you think you should go the hard work route, the smart work route? Because there are people who actually say, if you don't succeed, just work hard and you will make it.
Yeah.
But there are some other people, okay, some other set of people who actually think that no, hard work isn't enough, or hard work isn't gonna cut it. Hard work isn't gonna do it. You have to work smart. Just work smart. Use AI. Use cryptocurrencies. Use da 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 da, and then you'll make it. So, what's your take on that? What do you think is the best approach? So I can see that we have many interested people. So Miss Abigail, I think I'll give you the floor first. Ladies first. Ladies first, and then we have Mr. Blaise, and right after him we have Mr. Bernardine, and we'll come back on some of the mistakes that you guys will have made, and then that'll be the ends. Miss Abigail is no longer with us, so Mr. Blaise, please go ahead. If you can turn on your microphone and maybe your
Hello.
camera. Yeah, hello, Mr. Blaise.
How are you, Mr. Adi?
Doing good. And you, how are you?
How are you, Mr. Adi?
I'm doing good, Mr. Blaise. Hello, can you hear me?
Internet connection. Yes,
Yeah,
I can
yes,
hear you now. How are you, Mr. Adi?
I'm doing extremely good, Mr. Blaise. And you, how are you?
Perfect. I'm better. Like Mr. Ojoto, I'm also a small level English speaker. So it is my first time I listened to your live, and I was very happy to participate. I will be glad to participate each time you can organize that. So it will be better to hear from you some skill to master English speaking very well. So that is all I can say now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.
Greeting
Blaise.
to Mr. Kafid, Mr. Joe, Mr. Kojo, and so on and so forth.
Thank you, Mr. Blaise. Thank you for the shout out. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming. So we have our sessions every week, every Thursday. So feel free to join us next week, Thursday. Mr. Bernardine, what can you tell us about the topic? Mr. Bernardin, if you can turn on your mic.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, hi. What's up? You good?
Yes, I'm fine. What about you?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah,
Okay.
please talk to us. Tell us.
Okay, thank you to give me the floor. So, from my perspective about the topic, I think work with smart will be better than work with strong. So we know I can say that for me, if you want maybe to work with smart, it's also work with strong. So it is not easy today when, for example, you want to get information. You know, we are in the time of globalization. We are in time of EA and other thing. It's not easy. Maybe people can say, can hear, can see it that there is simple to have information. But for me, work with smart is also work with strong. It's not easy. So when we say work with strong is how Mr. Ade said that in the last time when we see the or we take the example for our parents, our mother, and they work hard, but the result or the success is not when what they expect or what they hope. So for me, I cannot choose one and let other.
None of
So
you want to choose.
yeah, it's
Mr.
really
I
difficult
won't
for me
even
to
choose.
but I can say we have to work with smart, But know that if you want to work with smart, you have strength also. So that is my point of view. Thank you.
Interesting. That's a nice one. That's an interesting one. Thank you, Bernardine. Yeah, we'll hear from Mr. Achu and then Mr. Abigail, and that will be the end. Mr. Achu, yeah, please, in a few seconds, can you tell us what you think about the topic?
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is
Hello.
Achu. I'm calling from Togo. Okay, I hear the opinion of the elders. Then, by my side, despite of to combine the both opinions, me, I will choose working hard, like the fundamental of the society is, conviction. People have to work hard before getting the gain. Then, for this society of the globalization, I think people must be smart in getting some skills to do what he have to on the way he is going to get some skills to be profit finally. This is my opinion or my vision for the topic. Thank you.
Interesting. That's a nice one. So I think I'll give the floor to Mr. Kafid to tell us quickly what he thinks about the intervention, the contribution of Ayman, of Blaise, of Bernardine, and of Achu quickly. And then, yeah, I can also see Rich sharing his comment here about Kafid. Yeah, please go ahead.
I mean, it's good to see how thoughtful, the animation are, because it's coming with the wave of complementarity, because, first agreement and then the second one and the third one is like they are building on each other, which is really, really amazing and great. And guys, as you see, it's not difficult. You give it a try, you express yourself, you give your opinion on a topic, and I think that's the best way, to learn and then improve yourself when you are learning English. So, if work smart as well is additional about using new tech tools and so on in the workplace and everything, I think it's also important, because today we have so many AI tools as well that could help you make your learning experience being smooth, because you have, for instance, DeepL. That is a great tool helping you, translating sometimes words and text and so on that you cannot, fully understand at the very beginning. We also have ChatGPT. That is a great AI that could help you, translate some text and all of those things. So, just to say that, yes, we want to be able to combine both, and working hard is more of, someone putting a lot of effort. And we talk about the fact that improving English is about what practice, and practice require what effort. So even to speak English is require a kind of working hard. So that's basically the way I'll maybe put my, I don't know if there's an end note, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it sounds like an end note. And it's a nice one. But before we call it a day, we have Abigail with us. Abigail, please, can you tell us in just 10 seconds? Just 10 seconds, because our time is very fast spent. Just 10 seconds. What's your take on the topic? Thank you.
Just 10 seconds, guys. Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hello?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, can hear you. Please go ahead. Yeah.
No problem. I was trying to get connected, but it was quite difficult. Then I used my phone. Excuse me, I forgot the topic again.
Abigail, thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping by. We are not going to play jokes or games here, Abigail. She said she forgot the topic. Okay, let me read the comment of Rich, because it's a very interesting one. He said, as far as I am concerned, hard work and smart work are like the day and night. Very interesting. So we need both of them if we want to succeed. So I can choose any of them. Alors, généralement, gardez ceci en tête. S'il y a une chose à garder peut-être pour la fin de cette session, when you are using a negative sentence, okay, for instance, I can't or I don't, instead of saying one, you use any. So I can choose any of them. Okay, je ne peux rien choisir en fait des deux. So it always goes with any. Lorsque la phrase est, when the sentence is in the negative form, or it always goes with any, not one, not, I don't know. I can choose any of them. So that's very interesting. I love it. I love it. I love it. So Mr. Ayman also used a very interesting expression that I love and that I would like to highlight. He said, I want to give it a try. Okay, je veux essayer, je veux tester. Yeah. To give it a try. C'est une très belle expression. So also, copy that, roger that. And also, Mr. Kafid said to put in effort. Faire des efforts, to put in effort, okay, to put in effort. So, voici aussi une belle expression que vous pouvez garder. So, Miss Abigail, I'll just give you 10 seconds just to say hi. But before that, I'll give Mr. Ayman the floor for the last time again. If you have to close your eyes and choose one, hard work or smart work, what would you choose?
Yeah, I think I have to work hard.
Mr. Ayman, your microphone is off. Your mic is off. Yeah.
Okay.
My mic.
I say in today's world, as the world is moving fast, I would prefer smart work because with technologies, we have to adapt to the technology. We have to always adapt to new technologies, and in order to succeed. So for me, the best way is to work smarter, and it will be more beneficial than working hard, because working hard, you may damage your health. You may get a lot of health. You may get like health issues and stuff like that. Okay. But by working smarter, I think for me, working smarter is the best way. If you ask me to choose,
interesting.
But as I said, combining both is the
way to go. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ayman. That's interesting. Mr. Bernardin, if you have to close your eyes and choose just one, hard work or smart work, what would you choose? 2 seconds pour répondre, Mr. Bernardin. Just close your eyes and make a choice.
Yes, I will choose smart work.
Smart work. Okay. Thank you. Mr. Achu, if you have to close your eyes and just pick one, hard work or smart work. Smart work. All right. So, Miss Abigail, if you have to close your eyes and just make a choice, what would you choose, hard work or smart work?
Smart work.
Should we join us?
Smart work?
Smart work.
So you don't want to work hard, do you? You don't want to work hard, Abigail. Okay, I got you. All right. Thank you, guys, for coming. Thank you for stopping by.
No, I thought it was choosing like working hard or just using AI. I wanted to explain that you can use AI to work easier. AI is there to facilitate the work. This is what I wanted to say. I do not know that I have to choose among between working smarter and working harder. You see?
Yeah.
I want to work smart.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you, Mr. Achu from Togo. Thank you, Mr. Bernardin from Strasbourg. Thank you, Mr. Ayman from Belgium. And thank you, Miss Abigail. So we guys meet here every Thursday. So see you next Thursday, okay, for another nice topic with a very interesting guest as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping by. It was very interesting to have you guys, to have the four of you. So thank you so much, and see you next
See you later.
Thursday.
Yeah, see you next time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr.
see you later.
Kafid, I'll
See
give you
you
the
next
floor
time,
for,
yes.
just to conclude.
Oh, I mean, thank you so much for having me. It's always grateful, to share some tips and information with other. So if you have any further question or something, feel free to reach out by social media, or if you ask, additional, we'll be happy to put us in touch. So yeah, good to see you all and talk to you soon.
Sure. So thank you so much, Mr. Cafe. That was very, packed with value. It was very valuable. It was very insightful for us, for the viewers and for me as well. So thank you so much for all the secret that you shared with us. And we are looking forward to having you again, okay, next week or some other time. So guys, if you want to get in touch with Kafid, join him on Facebook or LinkedIn, or just reach out to me and I'll send you his phone number, and then you guys are going to connect and, have some collaboration, if it applies to you. So thank you so much for coming, and see you next week, Thursday. Bye-bye.